what it is, what it is, what it is. I'm your main man, Mikey D, aka Stony Mike, and I'm here to give you a nice little Stony playthrough. But before I get into that Stony playthrough, we're gonna have to get nice and stony. But let me clarify. Tonight is the first ever Friday night fuckery. Yeah, boy. You already know what it is. We're gonna get nice and fucking stoned, and we're gonna react to some of the most off the wall bullshit ever. Got some shorts that I want to go through from our boy SJW Triggered. I'm pretty sure that they are a male. If they are not a male, it's one of the based females there is on this planet. Because I swear to God, that has got to be a dude. But regardless, we're gonna be checking out some of that. I'm gonna do me a bowl. I need a bowl. Who else needs a bowl? I know I need a bowl. I got some really amazing, fucking dope as fuck. It smells absolutely just like strawberry shortcake. That's what it is. It's from this company right here. Hold up. Get nice and clear. There we go. Why is it so bright? It's the Mylar, ain't it? There we go. Had to find the right angle. It tastes just like it. Smells just like it. For sure. Here's the bad smell. This bowl pisses me off. Anything that's fucking. I'm gonna get me a better. I have only one singular bowl that is like really good. It's like a really expensive bowl piece, and the rest are all these little fucking rinky dink $10 ones, and I don't like. And one of the main reasons why I don't like them is because they collect this weird fucking form of resin on the inside of them that it just sticks. It doesn't come out of it no matter what you do. It just sticks to the other side of the wall. You have to like scrape it out of there in an angle. God help you if you fucking touch anything. More shit. So yeah, tonight on Friday Night Fuckery, we're gonna be watching some shorts, and I have intentions on playing some more Atomic Heart. I don't know if I will or not. I'm leaving it open or possibility. Because I'm really just wanting to fucking chillax. Because I got this badass fucking chair. Let me tell you something. I wish it had a fucking on and off switch for it instead of the wish it had an on and off switch for the vibration for the massager. But it don't. That's the only downside to this entire chair. Is that it don't have on and off and like an ability to make the vibration go higher and lower and whatnot. It does it on its own. Like it does these like little patterns of vibrations. Well, as clean as it's gonna get. That shit won't come out of there. I'm gonna have to get me some of that resin cleaner. There was one I had when I was living in Alabama that was fucking dope. I'll never find it again. I found it at a head shop. It was like some kind of goo. It was like a weird goo that you could use. It was really cool. All right. There we go. Let's start with this one.
I do not consider.
Woo! Starting out strong, ain't it? Fucking loud as fuck. Hey, bitch. Why are you so loud? Why the fuck is it like taking me all the way over there? Okay. Here we go. Something versus logic. Feminists destroyed. Oh,
A mildly flirtatious remark sexual harassment. Sense of proportionality has just deserted the whole thing. People putting in complaints 15 years later that they may have been lightly touched. It is ridiculous. I mean, normally that would just make me laugh. We're already, as a society, at a stage where people are dubious about putting an arm round a distressed child because they feel it might be misinterpreted. Are we really going to get to the stage where no man can make a flirtatious comment, can make a light touch, can give a pat of encouragement, can give a touch of comfort, whatever it might be, where human beings feel they have to stand off from each other? If so, that's not some new age of enlightenment, that's a dark age.
I really wish I had the slow clap sound right now. I would be playing that right now. That is probably the best thing I've ever heard old British woman say. I mean, to be real with you, that's like the best fucking thing I've heard in a long time. Because it's real. It's just she's just being fucking real, man. Alright, let's move on down.
Good evening.
I do not consider...
Good evening. Every teacher that has a pride flag in their classroom should be fired and arrested. The gay flag is a sexual flag.
I think I know where he's going. He has the same argument as I do. This has been my argument since day one. You don't teach sexuality in normal class. Day-to-day stuff that's not normal. And all the teachers who are fucking weird and fucking having all these like strange little curriculum moments to discuss things that really ain't got nothing to do with them. That is a problem. Parents who are obsessed with their child's sexuality, that is a problem. Child develops that as they grow. As they get older, they develop that. Having one pushed onto them at a young age does detrimental damage to their fucking growing up, their fucking psyche. They don't have the actual childhood that they should have. They don't have the advancements that they should have because you fucking push things that are adult onto them at a young age. Keep that shit.
It represents nothing other than sexual things. Gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and questioning. What business is it of anyone on this board of what children would like to do with other children? It is not.
Yeah, you know, I guarantee you those teachers are sitting there looking at each other and going,
well, we're boned.
They know damn well they are fucked. There is nothing more sinister to the mind of a sinister person than an angry parent. And this one just so happens to be an angry gay father who ain't having it. Because he knows. He's part of that team. He was a part of that movement, more than likely. The real movement, not the fucking alphabet mafia that exists today. That's not a fucking movement. That's not a thing to help anybody. It's only detrimental and destroying what people like him and people older fought really hard to have. You know, they fought very hard for equal treatment, and now there's a whole bunch of people who are fighting for privilege. And how long will equal treatment be around if all that's in the alphabet mafia is doing is wanting to fight privilege? That long.
None of your business. It is between them and their parents. Now you're sending out surveys that's asking students what their gender is, what their pronouns are, and whether or not you should be telling their parents. Could you imagine if my son or one of yours went to school and said, "Hey, I'm gay," and you never knew? I refuse to believe that any of you think that that's appropriate. Because if you think that that is appropriate, you would be a predator.
Bingo. But no, tell them that they're predators and they will fucking absolutely lose their shit. Because they can't fathom that that's what they are. If you prey upon a child, if you try to speed up the growing process of a child, for fucking whatever reason it is that you're doing it, if it's your reason for doing it, period, whatever your reason is, if you're doing it out of your own volition, not the child growing up and doing their own thing, you are a fucking predator. You are preying on a child. Period. Plain and simple. You deserve more than being arrested. Honestly, predators deserve to be hanging from a fucking tree like a goddamn tree ornament on Christmas Eve. Every predator. Every fucking predator alive. Starting with the motherfuckers on that Epstein list. Every last one of them sons of bitches need to be hanging from a tree. Like a damn tree ornament. Like a motherfucking tree ornament. But no! We gotta be nice and let them fucking be rehabilitated. There ain't no rehabilitation for predators, man. They have a 99.9% chance of recidivism. There is no healing a predator. I will sit here and wait for you to name fucking one, and I will be waiting until the end of goddamn time. There is no such thing as a healed and rehabilitated predator. They ain't. They all resort back to their dirty little deeds. It's the way they are. It's the way they always been. The only thing that we can do as a society is destroy predators. You have to destroy it.
Do you eat avocados?
I eat a plant-based diet.
Do you eat
We're
avocados?
asking the government.
Do you eat avocados? Yes?
A leading study from...
Do you eat... It's an interview. You don't just answer different questions. Do you eat avocados?
I eat a plant-based diet, which
Do
is...
you eat avocados?
Yes.
Yes, you do. Great. Do you know how avocados and almonds get made?
Absolutely.
You do.
Yes.
So you realise that in California, every year, for 6 weeks, they fly in billions of bees to create your almonds and avocados, and in that process, several billion bees get murdered. This is a bee. Right? That's a bee. That, last time I checked, is a living animal. Billions get slaughtered so that you can have your almonds and your avocado. Why are you laughing? It's not funny.
I'd like to respond.
Bees getting slaughtered and you giggling away like it doesn't matter whilst destroying buildings because you care so much about animals. You don't care about the little guys. Do you eat...
I knew it when he said, do you eat avocados? It's not just bees. Have you ever looked at the ground? Look at the earth around an avocado farm. And if you can, look at it before the avocado farm. The only reason why I know this is because I had a friend of mine who grew avocados in California. And no, it wasn't even California. Where the fuck was it? It was somewhere over here on the West Coast, but the area that he purchased for it, they told him, good luck, because it's kind of damaging to the environment. So once it starts damaging the soil, there's not so much you can do. And he got, I think, a harvest or two, and then he didn't know what to do because the avocado trees themselves suck and dry and create the most arid ground you've ever seen. It does a lot of damage to the surrounding area. That's why wherever they naturally grow, which is mostly in Mexico, South America, and stuff like that, that's where they should be growing. We can import them. There's nothing wrong with importing them. We get rid of the cartels, we won't have to worry about paying so much money for these fucking avocados. Because there is cartels that are fucking, because we fucked them up with the weed. So now they've moved on to other things like avocados and all kinds of other fucking shit. They're absolutely retarded fucking people. They're losing their goddamn shit. So it is what it is. I ain't even hit this ball yet. I've just been relaxing. Anyway, fucking SJWs, man.
Thing that women say to me all the time. Why don't you make your husband
Alright, so granted she's had her fair share of wins, but this chick is dumb as a box of rocks too.
Sandwich. Okay. Is he hungry? Does he want a sandwich? Did
I will be right back. The motherfucking volume was off. I was sitting there running my mind. Friday night fuckery. Anyway, let us get back into this.
he say something? I make my husband food the last 4 nights. I made my husband dinner. Like, I don't understand this weird maker. Like, they're trying to shame women for taking care of their families. Like, that is another element of feminism that I cannot stand. It's an attack on family.
Yeah, that and the fact that, you know, there's never really been anything good about feminists. Yeah, they fought hard to get women's rights, but to begin with, it was only one particular type of woman, that had those rights. So it's always been rooted in a place of supremacy, if you will, for certain people. Do I think it is do I think it's something to completely hate feminism for? No, but I think that anything that is rooted in a place of I'm better than you, gotta be better than you kind of mentality amongst themselves. I don't think there's anything great nor grand that can come out of that. You got something good, which is, women having their, equality. But it wasn't always directly for all women. Originally, just white women. So, and see, it's always funny how these groups that were inherently the bad guys of their time are now in this time frame saying things like, "Oh, well, you're a racist. Oh, well, you're this." It's like, well, yeah, but you know what? You're part of a party that 35 plus years ago was wearing sheets and burning crosses. So what you have to say doesn't really fucking mean jack shit. And they're doing it in a different way these days. They don't have to burn no cross in your front yard. Not anymore. Don't get other people to do that for them. Scream that you were the racist.
Family and these things that work. It works. But men are biologically unable to have children. So the aspiration to climb a ladder forever, to wake up every single day and not have to worry about being pregnant for 9 months, I mean, that makes sense. We're different creatures, I
think that's like a troll though. No, it's like all you're good for is like, yo, make me something to eat.
No, that whole concept came from rabid feminists. Like there was something wrong with being in the kitchen, right?
And she's got a point. I like to be in the kitchen when I'm stoned because I'm fucking clever as fuck with food. So I'll make up all kinds of cool shit. I'm like fucking Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, so it doesn't matter when it comes to me. But most men don't like to fucking cook. They don't like to fucking do shit. So I understand what she's saying. Most women and very much enjoy cooking for their man. It's something that makes them very fucking happy. This is just a tired ass argument. I agree whether it was made from rabid ass feminists who fucking come on.
You're running out of time, but Peter, I just want to get one. You're running out of time, but Peter, I just want to get one final thought from you. Are there words that are used to describe men that offend you?
Not particularly, and if there are some I don't like, I certainly wouldn't want them banned. But it always goes back to that old adage: sticks and stones may break my bones, but there will always be something to offend a feminist.
Peter
Lloyd. No, that's just obnoxious.
Peter Lloyd,
you have to give me a
I think
chance
we'll
to
let you
respond to
carry
that.
on this
That is
discussion.
ridiculous. No, hang on, I won't do your show again if you don't let me respond to that.
I won't do your show again if you don't let me just. I want to fucking right in her fucking face. Like, how are you expecting...
You're running out of time, but Peter, I just want to get one final thought from you. Are there words that are used to describe men that offend you?
Not particularly, and if there are some I don't like, I certainly wouldn't want them banned. But it always goes back to that old adage: sticks and stones may break my bones, but there will always be something to offend a feminist.
Peter Lloyd.
No, that's just obnoxious.
Peter Lloyd.
Look at that face. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is the face of one brutally angry, pissed off biatch. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
If it's true that there's something toxic, let's say, about masculinity per se, what that will inevitably mean is that as women adopt more masculine roles, traditionally, what is that toxicity somehow going to go away?
But that's a straw man, because no one says there's anything toxic about masculinity per se.
What do you mean no one says that? The
People use-
term exists.
No, they...
How's that a straw man?
Well,
But where did the term
it's
come
a
from?
phrase that's used about forms of masculinity that are harmful to men and women. It's not about masculinity per se. You must know that.
I read the American Psychological Association guidelines for the treatment of boys and men, and I know perfectly well that this is no straw man.
Yet again, Jordan Peterson dropping them truth bombs for people.
Well, no.
Your genetics.
You cut that out now, or you'll go home. Being transgender is about the bravest thing you can do.
Why are we mainstreaming delusion?
Why would you call it delusion?
Because Caitlyn Jenner, I'll call it
her. You're not being polite to the pronoun.
Because
disrespect.
Okay, forget about disrespect. Facts don't care about your feelings. It turns out that
Yeah, facts don't give a flying fuck about your feeling. If this fucking thing came up to me and said some stupid shit like that to me, the moment they said that, that's a threat. I'm going to pull my piece and be like, okay, are you sure about that? Are you positive about that? Fuck that. I'm not even going to say that. I'm just going to let it be seen. They ain't going to be able to hear it if they have to hear it. Those around are going to be able to hear it because they going to go to sleep. Plain and simple. I don't like that shit. That person, I feel personally, this is only in my own personal opinion. I think that person is not a trans person. I think they're probably suffering from some type of mental illness, but it's not body dysphoria at all, or gender dysphoria. It definitely is part of this like weird fucking crowd. I don't know. Personally, this is why I also think Ben needs to grow a big set of balls, because I would have at the very least turned and looked and said, "You ain't gonna do jack shit. And if you want to fucking try me, you can try me. Because you're not being very ladylike. So I'll fucking treat you like a goddamn man, then. Plain and simple."
chromosome in Caitlyn Jenner's body is male, with the exception of some of his sperm cells. It turns out that his male.
Wait,
it turns out that he still has all of his male appendages. How he feels on the inside is irrelevant to the question of his biological status.
So you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, no. Your genetics.
You cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
See? It threatened him. I'm going to dehumanize the fuck out of it. It threatened him. And as soon as it threatened him, he had all the right to fucking blow its brains out if it wanted to. If he really wanted to, he could have blown its fucking brains out. In certain states, just a verbal threat like that allows you to defend yourself any means necessary. Now, I don't agree in blowing this motherfucker's brains out over words. I think that's stupid. Granted, I was saying I would have, but, in the clarity of everything, I don't think you should do things like that. But I do believe there are going to be serious, painful fucking repercussions for an it like that to threaten someone with so much as any kind of mentality. It doesn't matter, I know a lot of liberal people. I know a lot of liberal people who carry pistols. I know that's big, no amongst the Democrats, or far leftists. But I do know some liberals who are avid gun carriers. They love their guns. They're red-blooded Americans just like anybody else. They don't like this shit either. And if that thing was to threaten them, they would have felt obliged to do the same thing. Now, personally, this thing's talking about sending them into an ambulance. That's enough bodily harm that could cause, reasonable issues that could lead to death and stuff like that. So one may want to blow their fucking brains out, And as much as I'm saying it's a stupid idea, it's still a justified stupid idea. It's still within the realms of justification because that fucking thing was a biological male and clearly a lot bigger than poor Ben. Clearly. Could do a lot of damage to poor Ben. Not good. Not very ladylike either. Why? I don't think that one in particular is a trance. I think it's just a show. Just some kind of like look at me show. This is someone who didn't get enough attention from their daddy, from their mommy. And now that they're a full grown adult, they have the choices to do whatever they want to do. So now they're trying their damnedest to get attention. I mean, that's the only thing that really makes sense. I particularly don't like this person at all. Mainly because they didn't like what he was saying. They didn't like the fact that he refuses to call him she. And it pisses them off to the point to where they want to use violence. Well, hate begets hate, and violence gets more violence. You want that shit, you gonna get it, and you gonna get it tenfold. That's the way it is. That whole live by the sword, die by the sword kind of thing. Yeah, that's what's gonna fucking happen. It's saying. It's a well-known fact. You put your foot in the door, be surprised when somebody comes walking through it.
The women got a pool, or got paid out from a pool of $30 million from the Women's World Cup. The men would...
And crime dropped 40% after it became
wait, hold on. Do you think abortion lowers crime rate?
Crime dropped 40% after abortion became legal.
Why is that the case?
It's called a statistic.
Who has the most abortions?
Women.
Black people. Are you trying to say the termination of blacks in the
How much of the Bible do you believe is real?
Do you really think the people who are going to be right now going, this guy's a dumbass, understand the intricate science of the Big Bang?
Well, I don't think anybody understands the Big Bang.
No, they don't.
Even
no one
people
does.
that study
Richard
the Big
Dawkins
Bang,
doesn't understand
they're
it.
like, oh,
so there's no
pretty sure something happened.
There's no mysticism to that?
Well, there's definitely, I mean, Terence McKenna had this brilliant thing about science, and he was saying that science wants one miracle. They want one miracle. Give us one miracle, and then we'll allow everything else. We'll figure out. We'll explain to you multicelled organisms. We'll explain to you carbon molecules. What we want is one miracle.
How did
we want
life
the
come
Big
from
Bang?
non-life?
No, but the Big Bang itself is the one miracle.
How did something come from nothing?
Well, not just something come from nothing. How does something smaller than the head of the pin explode and become the entire universe? How does something that has so much mass and is so fucking infinitely small, why does it explode? Like, why does it explode? Right. How much of the Bible?
And to add on to that, I always said, because I'm a man of science, I am also ordained. I got ordained 10 years ago to marry a gay friend of mine. Or it was more than 10 years ago, actually. But I had a friend of mine who was gay, or is gay, not was gay, is gay, and got married. I married him, but I did that to be able to marry him. He wanted me to marry him off. I was his best friend since fucking elementary school. So, I was cool with it. I was like, yeah, totally gonna do that. And then it become a scholarly thing. I wanted to learn about Abrahamic beliefs because they're just a baby when it comes to religious beliefs. There's things that are long since forgotten. There's certain cultures that are no longer around that now are completely in the dark. So I wanted to learn about all of those as well, and getting ordained and whatnot helped make that a little bit easier because you're allowed to be in certain discussions with certain um, certain members of clergy and different things. But ultimately, you know, even being ordained, I've always been a man of science. I strongly believe in facts. Strongly. Scientific facts. I strongly believe in it. And the Big Bang is easily something that could, because, I always tell people, like, even if it was a spark of energy that just created all of life, what is that spark of energy to us? Is it not God? Is that not God to us? He created us. By the very definition that we give in the word God, that spark of energy is it. Being a man of science does not take away your faith in a God, a solitary God, or many gods, or whatever. It doesn't take away that. Now, the many gods thing, I can help some people with. They will, if your culture believed in many gods, numerous ones, they were no different than Jesus Christ himself. They were people who were before their time. They were people who tapped into that collective knowledge that is just out there waiting for someone special to tap into. That's all they really were. They were human, or an offshoot of human. But nonetheless, they were an ancestor. God had something to do with our whole creation. And even if it's a spark of energy, even if it's just that is our God. Even if it can't fucking give us a talk, and tell us, all these miraculous things, even if it can't, it granted us life, our existence. That alone is a fucking miracle. And that's what Joe said.
Define
How much?
Define woman. Go, please. It's one of you.
A person who their internal idea of what they are
No.
is a woman.
Terrible definition. Coming from a lesbian, that destroys the very concept of our sexual orientation. Just saying that it's an idea.
Why?
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 You can't be connected and sexually attracted to somebody's brain.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Woo! I love it. I love it.
Smoke weed every day.
You know what that means. I get it nice and lit. I'm about to hit this damn strawberry shortcake. That shit it smells. I can smell it from here. Oh, God, the best. There's like even like a pastry type smell to it. I love that smell. And
Don't women typically consent to sex?
Consent goes both ways.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. What's the longest that a man's ever made you wait for sex?
You know, it's happened. I don't know.
But does that typically happen?
Maybe. No, it doesn't typically happen.
Okay, so isn't it fair to say that women generally control access to sex more than men
If
do?
a woman wants sex, she can get it. If a man wants sex, doesn't mean that he can necessarily get it.
Okay, so is it safe to say that women typically control access to sex more than men do?
the fucking clockwork in her head. Wow. Her brain was sitting there screaming at her like this.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Just begging like fucking hell for her to not fucking. Just don't say anything. Don't say anything. You know damn well she wanted to say something, but it's like her brain was screaming at her. No,
You don't believe it's a human being because you believe it's a part of the mother? Yes. Okay. How many feet does a mom have?
I'm just gonna say it. This motherfucker picks the right ones. Okay? He picks the right fucking ones. Because there's some people, like Joe Rogan, for instance, that he don't fucking hold a candle to. His arguments in certain things are solid and are really, really, really well thought out. And then there's other things that are just based in the realm of his fucking opinion. And I don't really give a fucking rat's ass about his opinion. To be quite frankly. I just don't. I'm not a big fucking Steven Crowder fan. I think the guy needs to go a few rounds with somebody willing to knock him around a couple of times. And it has nothing to do with, like, it's strictly, like, this is, a primal type thing that I'm thinking on. It has nothing to do with this, political shit or anything, because, to be honest with you, I could give, like I said, a rat's ass about his political shit or his opponent's political shit. It has more to do with some, like, this dude. I don't know. Like, I guess he has that face that you just want to hit. You just want to punch him. He has a punchable fucking face. And I would only do it if he would be willing to do it. You know what I mean? Like, he would have to be, like, willing. Like, I'm a strong believer in mutual combat. I don't like assaulting people. I don't think it's. But regardless, let's hear what the fucker's got to say.
Sorry? How many feet does the mother have? 2. Not 4?
Not 4.
How many fingers does she have?
10.
Not 20?
No.
It's a part of the mother.
Yeah.
It's a part of the mother. The mother would have 20 fingers, 20 toes, 4 arms, 4 legs. Okay. So, if it's a boy, does the mother have a penis?
It's the one and only Digo Double.
Gotta give it to him. Like I said, he picks the right fucking one. That's what I'm saying. He knows when. He knows. Actually, I don't think he picks them. They come to him. All the right ones come to him. Come sit down in this fucking chair. Now, granted, most of the time, the shit that he has up there, I wouldn't even want to sit down in the chair and debate with him. To be honest with you, he'd fucking have to, like, have something about marijuana does this or does that for me to sit down and fucking have any kind of discussion with him. And it's a very simple discussion because it's like, okay, prove it. You prove it. I would simply just sit down and be like, okay, you prove your fucking opinion on this. Because it's just an opinion. There's like centuries of facts on this. Centuries of anecdotal facts. Like shit that every human being can fucking see. So, you fucking prove it. Yeah.
You're lying about the terms.
Am I? Tell me what I'm lying
Yes.
about.
You said socialists don't believe people should own each.
When socialism has been put in practice.
And I was bringing up the whole cannabis thing because I heard him having some fucking dumbass fucking opinion about cannabis on the Joe Rogan show. And it's like, dude, that's your opinion. That's your fucking opinion. Shut the fuck up. Don't ever try to put your opinion off as a fact. Like, you of all people should know that opinions are not facts. Get that shit straight. I forget what it was. I'm gonna fucking find that video so that way I can see what it was. What is this? Woke liberal gets destroyed.
The last 100 years, they abolished private property. Correct.
You owning 4 different factories.
Which is great. I employ a bunch of people, and they can have benefits, send their kids to school, put food on the table. There's nothing wrong with someone owning a factory or a business.
I have no problem with people being paid back their input.
See, here's the problem. Let me interrupt you. I don't care what you think. You say, I have no problem. This is the problem with socialists. It's always like what I believe. I'm never going to tell you how to live your life. Why are you trying to tell other people how to live theirs? The cool thing is you can live as a socialist in a capitalist society. You can't live as a capitalist in a socialist society.
True. You can live as a socialist in a capitalist society. Nothing will ever happen to you. But you can't even actually fiscally live as a capitalist in a socialist society. Because you won't even have the fucking funds to get going. Because, you know, you gotta make money, or you have money to make money. But you can't do that in a socialist. It's not possible. We live in a quasi. It's like a fine-tuned mixture between socialism and capitalism. It's a very fine-tuned mixture. All the right things of socialism and all the right things of capitalism. It's when one of the two starts getting fucking over the other that really likes to make things really fucky, really shitty, really fucking stupid.
You don't get your own pronouns, just like you don't get your own adjectives. It's like if I were to tell you, my adjectives are handsome and brilliant, and whenever you're talking about me, you have to describe me as handsome and brilliant, because that's how I identify. It makes no sense. That's grammar. That's language.
So you think it's a delusion?
That's what I was saying. Okay, see, alright. Because, and now this dude's coming at it from a place of like his own religious belief or whatever. And I strictly come at it from a place of logic. The logic behind using grammar, as it so eloquently used by Matt Walsh here, is that using this grammar as a pronoun, it fucks up what is already a social construct, which is our day-to-day speech. It already is fucking up our day-to-day speech. There's numerous people who are afraid to use certain words because they have a gender role to them. So people are afraid to use those specific words. And it's like, or I'd say people, but it's like you gotta be a fucking drone to be so fucking bothered by it. Or to be like bothered to play along with that game. I can't fathom any logical thinking human being playing along to this game and it being okay with them for them.
Yeah, delusion, mental illness. With children, you know, there's also just a basic confusion that all kids have. When a 4-year-old boy comes to you and says, "Oh, I'm a girl," here's a good follow-up question. What is a girl? When you ask him that, here's what he'll tell you. He wants to play with the dollhouse, or he likes the color pink. That's fine, play with the dollhouse, but you're still a boy. This is one of the problems with this left-wing gender ideology, is that no one can even tell you what these words mean. Can you tell me what a woman is?
No, I can't.
Nani?
Man, I can't even with this shit. I can't even with this.
So you're a homosexual pastor?
This man is, whew, he is something else. He is something fucking else.
I am a homosexual pastor.
A gay pastor? Why do you think that God would call a person a homo?
A gay pastor? I mean, I could see it being done. You know what I mean? This guy, I know he's gonna say it can't be a thing. Or like he's gonna run with God said it was a sin and whatnot. That's one thing I will always argue with Abrahamic people about. Doesn't say that anywhere. I've looked, and the verses that everyone quotes are they're all from a man written book. Nothing. Some of it is historical. Some of it is like historical stuff. A good bit of the Roman stuff was actually Roman law, so not anything to do with Christ. It has to do with Christ's killers. So I always remember that. There's a lot to do with the Bible. I pick apart because it's heavily used in a sword and shield manner, and it's not supposed to be. So, but most of the stuff that's in it is not real to like what people are trying to say, and the historical facts that are in it are stretched. You have to piece it together with the actual facts.
Homosexual to be a pastor but not change him.
I don't think that God majors where we minor. So I think that what happens is we put limitations on God.
So you believe that God could be a woman,
God
or homosexual?
God could be whatever you need God to be.
Sure, you said that you introduced is he your husband or your wife?
I'm going to end this interview.
Why?
Because I'm not going to be a part of that.
Why? Why?
The real value men, they don't wear anything flashy. You don't even know they have money. That's the beauty. They wear same t-shirt every day. And they're the true men with the values. They're the ones who, they're dangerous. They know their stuff. And if they want to inflict danger, they know that everything's under control. So if anyone wants to mess with them, you know you're gonna get burned. But girls know that he is a good person to be with because he can protect me, but he also will respect me and love me. The real value men, they don't wear anything flashy. You don't even know they have.
So a woman called me. She said, I'm 50 years old. I have 3 degrees. I'm a very successful entrepreneur, CEO. And I want you to know, Dennis, I deeply regret that I followed the feminist advice at college, because when I come home after a successful day at work to an empty home, no husband, no children, no family, it's not good.
I mean, we have this genetic pull to breed, to find a significant other and reproduce and procreate and whatnot. There's that, and if you do everything you can to not do that, well, you're gonna be feeling the repercussions of that later.
Have no empathy. Abortion is devastating
What?
to women's mental health. No one talks about that. The year after a woman has an abortion,
It's really like
the year after a woman
to have the child. What kind of trauma is
the
that?
trauma
They
is
would
from the
do on
rape.
somebody.
The trauma is from the rape. The child's an innocent party there.
The child
we don't
isn't born
take out
yet. It's not there.
We should not take out generational sin on a child to say there's generational sin and that.
This is where and this is not woke liberal women destroyed. I mean, that's a reactionary woman getting destroyed. And this is where I have liberal tendencies, I guess one might say. I think that abortion is a wonderful thing for specific cases. For specific cases. Could it be used as fucking plan B? Hell to the fuck no. Matter of fact, it should only be used in one specific case. Rape. That's really the main, thing that I've always said. And her excuse is like, oh, well, it's, a living thing, etc., etc. No. Now, if the woman was forced to, pretty much have the baby develop into her, like say, that like this hostage situation happened, and she was forced to have a baby with her hostage taker or whatever, and the baby developed, then by means, yeah, she should at the very least, let the baby, be born, and then she give it up to adopt, But I hope all the people who are out here against abortions for these manners, for these specific things, because I understand being against it, because there's people out here who are legitimately using it as like a plan B. Like and there are some who are sickeningly, I've listened to them, gleefully say this, and it fucked me, and it really fucked my head that there's people that do this. They purposely let it get to the last moment that they can possibly go in and actually have an abortion done. Just so that way they can see the stuff. That's what they were saying. Now, I'm not somebody who's ever been in that position or around someone who's been in that position, other than what I've heard people say. So, if there is a gleeful thing that happens with certain women doing that, that's probably sounds like some kind of psychotic, I wouldn't say tendencies, but maybe some form of like a mentality that's just a little bit too psychotic. Yeah. That's about the nicest way I've ever put crazy fucking bitch.
Who's to say that God has a gender?
Hold on, don't shout at me. You came voluntarily. Did I ask you to come? I'm defending fascism. No, I'm exposing you as a fascist.
The problem is, sometimes you get speakers like me who are not scared of people like you. Ultimately, you are afraid of ideas. You're not willing to engage with me. You think I pose a threat to you? I'm an immigrant. I came to America with nothing. What threat do I pose to you?
You promoted dangerous, violent ideas that kill millions of people.
I propose dangerous, violent ideas that kill people? Who have I killed?
And you look at capitalism.
Do you...
Dude, why does he, whatever the fuck it identifies as, why do they, like, almost always look like they're trying to be the professional? Like, it's like they watched the movie The Professional and was like, I'm totally going with that look. They almost always, and they're communists all the time. Every fucking time they're a fucking communist. And it bothers me. It's like, just because y'all backed out, from the bad side of things in World War II, or should I say you got betrayed by the ultimate bad guy in World War II, doesn't mean that people should forget that you were with them. You were with them. Smells amazing. Absolutely. I don't know. I'm a bit of a look. Is this shit melting? Man, what the fuck? If I do it like this, it's just gonna drip. That shit gonna drip. Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh god, okay, I need to chill. Chill out. Chill out. I think that's enough right there. That looks like perfect amount. I got 3 of these bitches to do because my wife. If you ever knew about the BuzzFeed dudes, or they're not BuzzFeed anymore. What were they fucking? The Try Guys. That one dude who he always said my wife. So now anytime I am talking about my wife, I always do it the way he did, but like very sarcastically. So I go, my wife. I even try to sound like Borat every now and then, but the point is, because of that, it's fucking hilarious to say that shit. My wife. I always want to laugh about it, but then I realize that was somebody's relationship, and one of those people got very, very harmed in that situation. So I shouldn't laugh at that. But I am laughing at the fact that he always said, my wife. It was just one of those things. I can't watch
Sorry, are we doing Bible studies?
I can't watch them anymore. They fucking with me. They fucking with me hard. This shit is melting everywhere. Trying to find something for it. Yeah. Here's something I want to talk about. This is something I want to talk about, actually. I don't really follow this dude at all up until here recently. But the Aiden Ross before and after Andrew Tate, I have to say that the stuff that I've seen Aiden Ross partaking in prior to his interactions with Andrew Tate, I gotta say he's definitely upped his game. Like he's definitely like stepped up from being one type of person to another.
Stop! That is fucking haram! Stop!
Gotta give it to him, man. He's just a little bit of a better person. And it ain't even because, and this is what pisses me off about the world we live in. You got guys who have to just yell to get shit across to you. I mean, that's what Andrew Tate pretty much did. He pretty much yelled it to get this shit across to people. Now, granted, he probably wouldn't like what I do. That Andrew Tate dude, he probably wouldn't like cannabis smoke or whatever, but I'll take my cannabis smoke and use that he can smoke whatever nicotine he wants. Probably shouldn't, since he might have terminal cancer. Take this. And outlift. Him or anybody else any day. The reason why I'm confident in saying it because I just quit. I should have. Why would I have to? I'm already stoned. I used to do this with my friends. It's one of the reasons why I have a lot of respect for a couple of my friends that I grew up with. And we would hit a blunt, we'd smoke a really long log of a blunt, and then we would go and work out. We would work out, and we would do that for hours. And I'm not shitting. We would just be there for hours working out. We'd take, little breathers in between to smoke another blunt. Maybe even put in a little protein. But that's about it. Nothing really like crazy or intense. Truthfully, I think the whole Aiden Ross thing is quite a good thing for him. Sometimes you need people to kind of like put you back on track. Ain't it wrong?
Joe, why the fuck is there a camel on my screen?
Sorry, guys, I set the server to 1.20.
Seriously, Barack? Yeah, that update sucks.
You guys gotta trust me on this one.
Come on, Barack, look at this shit. Yeah, what the hell is a sniffer? And the signs hang now?
Hey guys, I just found a new biome.
Fuck me.
Not again, bro.
Man, this wood looks as old as Donald. Shut up, Joe, you can't even ride a bike.
This bookshelf looks kind of whack, guys.
It actually says in snapshot 22W46A, you now can remove books from shelves.
I bet you've never read one of those, Ben.
Yeah, seriously, how many brain cells do you have?
Guys, look at this dope armor I got.
How the fuck did you get that?
It's actually called armor trimming.
Can we please kick this guy? Yeah, shut up, Ben. We just want to have some fun.
Guys, I found diamonds in this sand.
Wish I could do that in real life. I don't need to. Shut the fuck up, Donald.
Yeah, Donald, shut up, bro.
This update is kind of sick, though. No cap. For real. Joe, why the fuck is there a camel on my screen?
That's funny. Woo! Woo! Boy, that is clean. Yeah. Get it. Either this man is a master at fighting that fucking recoil, or that is a damn near recoilless. I can see a little bit of it, you know what I mean? In his arm. I can see it's giving him a recoil. It's not like it's recoilless, but it's damn near there. Because his arm's barely moving. Like I said, he's either the master at fucking flowing with the recoil itself. Something.
Make ghosts out of tape for 1 million likes? You will not believe how many hours.
Oh, no.
Good morning.
No.
Guys, how many people know this? T8. Tate.
J'aimerais tellement lui dire, mais je n'ose pas. Lui qui fait tourner dans le vide, tourner dans le vide, tourner dans le vide, il me fait tourner dans le vide.
Guys, how many people know this? T8. Tate.
J'aimerais tellement lui dire, mais je n'ose pas. Lui qui fait tourner dans le vide.
You're nothing but a pawn, and you'll remain a pawn until you play. The rules are clear. Take what they give you, give away what you have to, and the difference is yours. The question is, how big is the difference?
Are you really intending to win?
Well, why not? There are lots like me, and we're the actual players. Because on one side of us are the real cattle who let TV do the thinking for them, while on the other is power who believe that we are shit and feeble-minded cattle. Over in the barn, they want us to take care of them. But a long time ago, they gave up on themselves, and now they won't lift a single finger. While those who have real power became more than the rest. Became gods. They sit so high up that they can't see us as either a serious enemy or a trusted friend. They have only one problem, that they're not immortal. I play like the great ones. Take the authorities. Quite unceremonious, but they do have a few lively plays up their sleeves for the people. Every couple of months, they let them blow off steam. Elections, Black Friday, a new auto plant, the latest installment of Star Wars, the Super Bowl. And the people just gobble it up. You're nothing but a pawn, and you'll...
Nah, speaking of Star Wars. Yeah, apparently. I don't want to spoil it, but spoiler alert. Fucking takes off to go get Bo-Katan, and it's just the fucking funniest shit ever. He was just teaching Grogu how to map the stars, essentially. And Grogu was like, oh. It was pretty cool. And there was a mythosaur. So if you're big into the Mandalorian culture as I am, you you damn sure are excited to see where that's going, because it's very peculiar that old Den did not get fucking eaten by the Mythosaur. The Mythosaur took him, but didn't eat him. That could be signs of him being maybe destined to be their Mandalore. Rare things most people haven't. Part 2.
Baby, we built this house on memories.
Nah.
I am not sorry for something I didn't do, and I am not sorry for the things I did do.
19 years of
He put a lot of I did do into it. I'm good, man. Fuck that dude.
All right, fellas, it's a new day, which means more skyblock grinding.
Oh no, not this shit again.
What the fuck?
Donald, what happened now?
My account got fucking wiped for boosting.
LMAO, maybe now you will finally get a damn life.
Fuck you, Sleepy Joe. This game was my life. I had over 8,000 hours on it.
What a coincidence. I have over 8,000 hours banging your mom.
LMAO got him.
You're looking back at it, maybe I shouldn't have IRL trade.
Fucking Biden couldn't ever get one like that over. Like, some of the stuff that they say as Biden makes, sense and shit, and it'd be fun. It's funny as fuck, but that burner that was just laid out. Hell no, Biden wish he could fucking say something funny like that, because that was a burner.
Right. Now let's think about things on a global scale.
This dude needs to be careful in dropping all these true bombs.
Like open doors, leading you down into my core, where I become so numb. And I saw my spirit sleeping somewhere cold until you find me there and
Could have done without the fucking Evanescence bullshit, but yeah, I like seeing people do this. This is absolutely 100% what everybody needs to be doing. Get out there and do something fucking amazing with your body. Just do something fucking fresh as fuck, man. Fresh as fuck. That's what I used to say when I go into the gym and work out with one of my friends. I'd be like, man, let's get fresh as fuck. Do that sleeper. Knocked him down, dazed him. Just gave him that hammer fist and it was over with.
What are you doing on your laptop?
You're not very entertaining, so I said 1 second to get my laptop so I could also do my work, my important things while talking to you. Because you're not very entertaining or engaging or smart or intelligent. You don't say anything that's very insightful. It's not very often you make me think. In fact, I can't think of a single time you've said a sentence and I've had to sit and contemplate and go, wow, that's a very interesting, articulate, unique, astute point. Never ever once. So because I can basically talk to you while I'm asleep, I may as well do my work at the same time.
Wow, you just really shit on me. Good for
I'm
you.
just telling you the truth, young man.
Good for you.
I don't lie to you about anything. I want the absolute best for you and for the world. I'm a man of God. It would be disingenuous for me to sit here and pretend you're interesting, funny, or cool.
What are you doing on your laptop?
I would have been an asshole and been like, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man. I would have been a dick. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just not bothered by people's opinions, you know. But still, it's these things right there that you can see, though. It kind of like, well, I don't want you to think that about me, and you know, I think it's done him some good for him caring about what other people think about him. It's done him some good.
Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream.
Everybody likes to dream on, man. Like, I like the song, but it's like everybody's using it, and there's people who are using it in every fucking video that they or short that they make. It's like, Jesus Christ, man.
Excuse me, I'm out of... I was about to hit 1 million subscribers until this happened.
Come on, one more, we can do it, Hey, let's go! Thank you so much for 1 million subscribers, this is absolutely amazing. I really can't...
Hi.
Don't say hi to me.
I don't even know you. I'm just...
But why are you saying hi?
What do you want me to say? Assalamu alaikum, marhaba?
Yeah, when you see me say salam alaikum, I look Arabic, right? So why you being racist? Why you think I'm American? You see me and you look and you see I'm Arabic, right? And you gonna say hi?
No, you're not Arabic.
I am Arabic. Salam. If
you are
Arabic. This dude, I don't like this fucking dude. He gets on my nerves. I like, but there's humanity in everybody. You know what I mean? So I've seen him have his human moments, but every time I see him, I think back to that moment where he's like screaming in the fucking face of a monkey and shit, and it's like, dude, I want to slap the shit out of you.
Michael Jai White is
Michael Jai White is one of my fucking heroes in life. That's somebody I fucking look up to. I know there's like people who like to look up to fucking Andrew Tate and shit like that and think that he's a man or the epitome of a man. No, fucking Michael Jai White is. You know, when everybody was fucking sitting there going Chuck Norris this and Chuck Norris that, making those stupid fucking jokes, I was like, yeah, but they ain't got shit on fucking Michael Jai White. That man will fucking kick fucking bricks through fucking Chuck Norris's fucking face. I swear to God, if you put Michael Jai White with Bruce Lee in his prime, the both of them fighting, it would be a fucking that's the kind of shit that makes men's dicks move thinking about that kind of fight. Because that kind of fight is just... It is the epitome of what anybody who loves fighting would want to see. It would... And like, it's like watching fucking Goku and Vegeta at their fucking most extreme, powerfulest form that they can get to. And I know they can get to a fucking really big dude, really fucking far off one now. Like fucking, doesn't Goku like turn into like Goku Black or some shit, or Goku like Goku Super Instinct or some shit like that, like some crazy ass shit. And fucking, like if Goku and Vegeta both were to, like, get to that extreme fucking level of power, that's literally the kind of fight it would be. It would just, it would be fucking amazing to see. And the reason why I did not put Chuck Norris in that equation is because I don't believe Chuck Norris ever could have ever held a candle to either of those two. I know there's that fucking bullshit oh, Bruce Lee said Chuck Norris could win again the fight and blah blah blah, all that dumb shit that people make up and say. Look, unless you got a clip of it, it didn't happen. It ain't happened. Because there ain't no way one particular fucking fan of Chuck Norris all of a sudden has this cosmic knowledge of something Bruce Lee supposedly said. I hate hearing that fucking, like, there's like 3 or 4 people that I can think of right off the top of my head that have said that dumb fucking lie to me, and I can't stand it. I really don't like that fucking lie. But Michael Jai White is a fucking badass, and he is what I call a superhero. Like, you want a real life superhero? That fucking man. I fucking love that dude. And this guy right here is a badass too. I've been seeing a lot of his videos pop up. I'm gonna get me one of those. I've been wanting one. A Mace Bell. Yeah.
Sin City was a savior. Angels lie.
And this younger generation is like fucking stupid and
By the way, Joe, don't touch.
really, really redundant. Like, they don't make any sense. And that has nothing to do with generational gaps, because there's people in their generation that are saying the same thing. That the majority of their generation is just fucking stupid. Like, I know this for a fact. There are certain people that I know who are part of that generation, and they don't understand where the intelligence is going.
Touch any of those buttons.
Why, what do? I'm pressing them and nothing happens, so I guess they're just for decoration.
Oh, I forgot this motherfucker is basically death. Trump, remind me of how you lost to this motherfucker again.
Hey, he rigged it.
I'm bricked over this room.
Chill out, Obama. This is just the nuclear room. I guess these buttons still just do nothing.
Yo, pause, motherfucker. What was that room? Brody had a whole dungeon. I really wonder what age the kids there are.
Consenting adults, Donald. Consenting adults. Holy no, my meth lab.
Who the fuck are even cooking in there, Joe? What the fuck?
It's some junkie and a high school chemistry teacher, but I don't know them that well.
You're running an underground lab. This reminds me of a show I watched, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
Boys, imagine waking up here with the hot chicas on either side of you and walking through to this picturesque view.
There will be a grotesque view in your bed if your wife sleeps with you.
What is it?
By the way, Joe, don't touch any of those buttons.
Who the fuck is coming up with this shit, man? Because there's a whole bunch of different people. This one's AI something or another. Please don't tell me that these are legitimate AI. Like, y'all need to quit playing around, because y'all gonna fucking fuck around and open up Pandora's box. Just, if you don't understand what singularity is, just understand that that's a 50-50 chance on humanity. It could go very well on this hand, but it can go to hell on this one. And it's a 50-50. It's a, whatever. Definitely Anyway, I'm gonna call it here. You folks stay nice and stony. I will be back on the morrow. Peace.